The DS is a huge platform. I'm a huge DS fan, and the developers we picked for this Vicarious Visions are, I think, the quintessential best development team out there for the DS. And when we set out to do Transformers, we're like, wow, we've got these two factions. We've got Autobots, we've got Decepticons, we've got this giant city, we've got these different environments. And at one point when we were doing this, it's like, you know what, we've got so much here, we could actually probably do 2 games. And met with Karthik Bala, who heads up VV, and his brother Guha, and we're like, can we do 2 games? Does it make sense to do 2 games? And it just made sense. And yes, it's a big game. It's epic. There's tons of characters. We really play up the fact that there's a whole wireless system where you can play locally with 4 players with both platforms. So it was one of these things that we wanted to make a big game for the DS, and I think we have. So this is Activision's first foray into doing 2 games at once for one system. And we think that, you know, the fact that there's these 2 factions, the games are distinct on their own. They are not the same game. It's not taking one character and putting them in the same environment. We have unique characters. We have unique environments. We have unique story. And really sort of play up the fact that there's this deep multiplayer experience with exchanging characters. There's co-op mode. There's head-to-head mode. There's the whole Battle for the Allspark and the downloadable challenges for that. So we feel each SKU on its own can stand on its own. But if you're a Transformers fan and you go see the movie, you know, you're going to get Optimus Prime and the Autobot SKU. But if you want to be Megatron, you want to be Starscream, you want to be any of the Decepticons, you might want to go get that. And, you know, if you like to play multiplayer with your friends, you know, maybe they buy Autobot, you buy Decepticon, but you are going to miss part of that sort of storyline that takes place on each SKU. So for us, when we looked at it, it was like, you know, it's a no-brainer. It makes sense. It makes sense for this platform. We've seen the success of Pokemon and how they've done it, and really sort of watched that. We watched the Nintendogs and said, you know what, this platform is the one that's ripe to do this on. And again, with VV, it made sense to go after it that way. The way that the multiplayer works is that I have my Autobot SKU and you have an Autobot SKU. We can unlock additional Autobot characters. There is co-op missions that can take place, and you can also do, I believe, head-to-head as well. But if I have an Autobot and you have Decepticon, that's where the fun begins. I can unlock all of your Decepticons. You can unlock all of my Autobots. We can exchange those characters. We can play those head-to-head, up to 4-player. We can actually, if you had 1 Decepticon and 3 Autobots, I can exchange Decepticon characters so we can have an even match. So really when we sat down and looked at all these ways to intertwine the multiplayer, we kind of just pushed it to its limits. In addition to that, there's even a sort of a global multiplayer competition that we're doing with Battle for the Allspark. And the way that that works is if I've got my Autobot SKU, I can download a daily challenge onto my DS, complete that challenge, upload my score to the website, and it's tallied. And what it does at the end of the day, it takes everybody's scores, looks at that data, compares it to the Decepticon side, and whoever wins, they now manage the look of the website for the day. And over a certain amount of time, we will give certain prizes away on the website for different people on what they've achieved. So let's say it's been managed or dictated by the Decepticons for, let's say, 100 days. They'll get a special unlockable thing that appears on the website. But VV has been great on all of our previous games with the Tony Hawk stuff to really sort of push what we've done online. And this was the one title that we really wanted to push that even further. So the website looks awesome, and what we've done with it is really amazing. So Transformers the game comes out at the end of June. It's coming out on PS3, 360, PS2, Wii, PC. We've got 2 NDS SKUs coming and also on the Sony PSP. So get out there, represent your faction, and pick up the game.